Hi guys, JT here. Today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Perplexing Puzzles Bundle of May 2026. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel and the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Viewfinder, a first-person puzzle game where you use photos to reshape reality. Armed with an instant camera and a stack of found images, you can place flat pictures into the 3D world, then walk right into them. Whether it's a snapshot of a bridge, a wall, or even the sky, you can paste it into existence and use it to solve puzzles in ways you've never seen before. The core mechanic is mind-bending and magical. Early puzzles ease you in, letting you rotate and manipulate pictures to clear paths or create new ones. Later challenges add props, rules, and twists that flip your understanding upside down. You might delete obstacles with a sunny sky, or transform a doodle into a staircase. It is clever, endlessly creative, and never overstays its welcome. Visually, the game dazzles with surreal architecture and vibrant backdrops. Each level feels like a modern art gallery that you get to edit with every click. There's even an AI cat that follows you around, yes, and you can't even pet it. And the small details like scribbling on whiteboards or collecting duckies make the world feel alive and playful. Unfortunately, the story falls flat. You're uncovering a climate crisis through audio logs and notes, but the dialogue is bland and forgettable. It does not ruin the experience, but it does weigh down an otherwise brilliant game. Still, Viewfinder is a puzzle box worth opening. Its central idea is so strong, so beautifully executed, that you'll remember it long after the last photo has been placed. And number 2 we have Taiji, a 2D open-world adventure puzzle game where you explore a dense, beautiful pixel art landscape to solve grid-based tile panels by toggling them on or off. Heavily inspired by the rule discovery design of The Witness, this game offers zero hand-holding, tasking you with deducing the logic of various symbols and colored shapes entirely through active experimentation. Because the viewpoint is a flat, cozy top-down perspective rather than a first-person camera, you can enjoy the deep exploration without any of the motion sickness often caused by 3D environmental puzzlers. The core mechanics are incredibly rewarding, delivering brilliant aha moments as you unpack unique visual themes across different areas. The consistent interface eliminates tedious guesswork or pixel hunting, ensuring you'll always know what to interact with, even when the underlying solution remains deeply cryptic. Shortcut puzzles between areas gracefully allow you to bypass roadblocks, granting you the freedom to wander off and return with fresh eyes if you get stuck. However, this absolute freedom is a double-edged sword. The non-linear map can accidentally steer you into late-game areas, like the gallery, far too early. Additionally, a few obtuse environmental puzzles, particularly around the castle, may occasionally tempt you to look up a guide. Some technical bugs can also randomly force restarts, resetting your recent progress. Taiji is a highly recommended hidden gem that masterfully rewards your patience and logical deduction, making it an essential experience for any fan of uncompromising atmospheric puzzle design. And number 3 we have Parallel Experiment, a cooperative 2-player point-and-click puzzle adventure that thrusts you and a partner into a dark supernatural crime story where you must work together to escape the twisted traps of the cryptic killer. Stepping into the roles of detectives, ally, and old dog, you're separated and presented with entirely different perspectives of the same environment. This clever division means that communication is your most valuable weapon, forcing you to describe abstract symbols, exchange crucial passwords, and piece together asymmetric clues over voice chat to progress. The gameplay features an extensive variety of over 80 distinct challenges, ranging from repairing communication devices and soldering complex electronics to redirecting water flows and solving logic-driven escape room setups. To break up the tension of the eerie narrative, you can also engage in classic reinvented minigames like Darts and Match 3, which have been creatively modified for cooperative play. Visually, the title shines with a moody noir-inspired aesthetic delivered through roughly 100 pages of gorgeous hand-drawn comic book panels and expressive dialogue bubbles that emphasize the cinematic tone. While the narrative itself can feel slightly convoluted towards the finale, and certain top-down and side-scrolling navigation sequences can become frustratingly clunky to control, the mechanical ingenuity of the puzzles remains incredibly strong. If you're looking for a highly engaging cross-platform cooperative experience that truly tests your teamwork skills and rewards joint breakthroughs, this atmospheric investigation provides a thrilling and memorable journey that you should absolutely experience with a friend. And number 4 we have Ela, a Frosty Glide, a cute exploration-focused adventure game where you control a witch in training dealing with the profound loss of her mother. When your beloved cat Coco suddenly goes missing, you grab your trusty skate broom and set off across a mysterious island connected to your family history to bring what remains of your household back together. On an emotional level, the journey works remarkably well, exploring themes of loss and connection in a moving yet mature way that never feels maudlin. You'll enjoy exploring the charming island, discovering rich lore, and gathering gold, abilities, or new clothing. Because the game completely lacks combat, your progression relies heavily on environmental traversal and puzzle solving. Moving around on your skate broom feels great initially, and upgrading it allows you to remain airborne longer to reach deeper areas. However, the gameplay experience frequently stumbles and does not fully stick the landing. You'll likely find the progression unsatisfying, as new abilities mostly function as keys to open paths rather than changing how you play. The puzzles suffer from poor pathfinding, and a lack of clear explanations sometimes leave you frustrated or stuck due to vital items being hidden in illogical places. Furthermore, the mandatory skating sequences, which require precise jumps to reset your abilities, feel unintuitive and grind the pacing to a halt. One mistake in a tedious late-game sequence even forces a full restart. This game is a pleasant, heartwarming experience that unfortunately fails to reach its full potential. And number 5 we have Abra Cooking Dabra, a whimsical cooking card game where you run a magical mobile cafe in Wonderland, tasked with feeding eccentric creatures under the watchful eye of a smart cat boss. You use a card-based cooking system to combine ingredients, utensils, and appliances, managing tight timers to fulfill complex orders of British comfort food. You're limited by the money available at the start of each level, earning more as you successfully deliver dishes to your guests. Each kitchen action takes time, creating a frantic plate-spinning atmosphere, but the game provides wildcards that grant one-time advantages, such as instantly completing a dish or resetting a timer. You can purchase helpful equipment like fridges to save a portion of your leftover ingredients and carry them over to the next level. This mechanic gives the game a fully fledged campaign feel across its 25 levels, rather than just isolated stages. Along the way, you must adapt to surprise situations, including fiery customers, icy environmental hazards, and special boss guests demanding rare recipes. Graphically, the game is smooth and refined, boasting a sophisticated color palette, charming character designs, and an animated cat boss that reacts while you cook. The audio direction matches this high production value with a jazzy, therapeutic soundtrack and satisfying ASMR-like sound effects for cutting, grilling, and boiling. If you enjoy strategic planning, puzzle logic, and frantic restaurant management, this game delivers a well-executed and highly inventive genre fusion that ensures you'll always remain thoroughly entertained. And number 6 we have Linkito, a logic puzzle game focused on engineering connections where you wire blocks to allow electricity to flow from yellow sources to blue receivers. You play as a new citizen worker in an alternate history world dominated by a powerful corporation after a late 19th century conflict. As you climb the corporate ladder, you discover hidden rebel tapes that flesh out the narrative and give you a compelling reason to progress. The game starts simply with basic wire connections, but the complexity steadily increases as you encounter covered areas, switches, buttons, and logic gates like AND or OR. Later, you manage batteries, annoying metronome power sources, complex code sequences for the espionage department, and even fiddly robots. Each department features core puzzles necessary to advance, alongside more complex bonus brain teasers for a tougher challenge. While a hint button is available, you can also access a full level editor to craft and share your own devious puzzles, fostering a strong community. Visually, the game utilizes a clean, readable presentation with a grandiose early 20th century aesthetic, paired with a subtle, non-intrusive soundtrack that lets you focus. Although the characters lack voice acting and the graphics are not spectacular, the carefully designed levels and mechanical variety keep frustration at bay. Offering more than 100 puzzles, this game provides a clever and highly varied experience with progressive difficulty. This game serves as an excellent introduction to the genre, perfectly blending an interesting narrative with innovative logic gameplay that will satisfy any aspiring tinkerer. And number 7 we have Mind Over Magnet, a puzzle platformer about a robot named Min and her magnet friend Uni, escaping a factory by working together to reach vacuum tubes blocked by stoppers. In each single screen stage, pulling the stopper sucks both characters into the next level. You can place Uni in specific spots, using her polarizing magnetism to move vertically or grab items, creating a deeply tactile experience filled with satisfying clunks as magnets connect to metal. It is never less than a good hang, benefiting from a script written with a genial tone and gentle, witty humor that keeps you engaged. However, you might find the experience somewhat limited and overly cautious. It takes about an hour before the single-screen puzzles start to get interesting, which is quite a long time considering you would struggle to make the entire experience last longer than 4 hours. The problem is that its introduction of new concepts is very piecemeal and hesitant, meaning you rarely feel like you are playing with the training wheels fully removed. Just as you think the gameplay has begun to express its true systemic potential, it abruptly ends. The overarching story also deflates slightly at the finish, waving away the factory's ultimate mystery with a joke, rather than grappling with its themes in depth. All that said, it remains a smart, affable, and perfectly acceptable way to curl up on the sofa for a quiet evening, especially given its flawless Steam Deck compatibility and an insightful developer commentary track that adds tremendous value. At number 8 we have Proverbs, a pixel art video game that uniquely combines elements of Minesweeper with a neat mix of Picross. In this game, you solve grid puzzles by clicking squares based on 3x3 numbered clues to uncover a pixelated recreation of Pieter Bruegel's The Elder's 16th century painting, Netherlandish Proverbs. The entire artwork consists of over 55,000 pixels divided across 259 distinct regions. Completing these areas gradually reveal 126 historical proverbs and their moral lessons, providing an educational experience alongside modern puzzle solving. The game plays beautifully on laptops, though you should use a mouse since touchpads prove tricky and lead to accidental mistakes. If you make errors, a useful safety box lights up after 4 pixel mistakes to clear them. You'll quickly get hooked by wanting to complete regions, driven by an ever-present scoreboard tracking your percentage progress. The satisfying rush of earning Steam achievements creates a strong compulsion to keep playing, easily offering over 30 hours of gameplay. While the overall experience brings immense joy, you might find one minor issue with the soundtrack. The music wonderfully fits the 1500s motif using instruments like the flute, harpsichord, and lute. However, it cycles every 45 minutes, becoming slightly repetitive over long sessions. Despite the repetitive loops, you'll still hum the melodies days later. If you enjoy puzzle challenges, you cannot miss this unique blend of art and logic. It delivers an incredible sense of accomplishment across 260 distinct milestones, making it highly recommended. At number 9 we have Beyond Words, a roguelike puzzle game that brilliantly blends the classic tile placement gameplay of Scrabble with the addictive progression mechanics of Balatro. In this captivating word game, your primary objective is to achieve a targeted points threshold in each round by spelling out words, but you're given complete freedom to use score multipliers, booster packs, and diverse power-ups to dramatically inflate your total. It features multiple paths for you to navigate, offering an assortment of distinct level layouts, special puzzles, and varied rule sets to keep the core loop feeling fresh. The fundamental loop proves exceptionally fun and highly satisfying, capturing the exact essence of a premier deck builder while replacing playing cards with vocabulary. However, you'll likely notice that the game suffers from a remarkably demanding and steep scoring curve. The required points threshold triples rapidly between rounds, transforming the final boss stages into a frustrating test of luck rather than tactical vocabulary skills, as you rarely earn enough cash to buy an adequate arsenal of upgrades. Visually, the presentation remains extremely basic, featuring standard letter tiles alongside an underwhelming soundtrack consisting of only a single recurring song for gameplay. Despite these current balancing issues and minor control imperfections, the title successfully establishes an incredible blueprint for a brand new subgenre. If you enjoy deep strategic challenges and clever wordplay, you'll find this delightful experience to be a breath of fresh air that can effortlessly consume your productive hours once the demanding progression numbers receive a much needed tweak. Please note that this bundle gives you a 30% off coupon, as opposed to the game itself. At number 10 we have Botany Manor, a serene first-person puzzle adventure that invites you to step into the shoes of Lady Arabella Green, a retired botanist in 1890s England, as she returns to her family estate to complete her life's work, a book on rare and forgotten flora. Set entirely within her picturesque Somerset Manor, you explore lush rooms, gardens, and greenhouses, uncovering letters, charts, and clippings that guide you in discovering how to cultivate 12 unique plants. Each chapter focuses on growing a few extraordinary flowers, and your challenge lies in piecing together environmental clues, soil temperatures, light exposure, seasonal hints, or even sound, to recreate their natural conditions. The process feels part mystery, part gardening experiment, rewarding your curiosity and attention to detail. Solving each puzzle not only fills out Arabella's herbarium, but brings the world around you to life, gradually bathing the estate in warm color and calm. What truly elevates Botany Manor is Arabella herself. Through journals and letters, you piece together her struggles as a woman scientist constrained by the expectations of Victorian society. Despite never appearing on screen, she feels deeply human, spirited, intelligent, and quietly defiant. Beautifully illustrated environments, soothing natural sounds, and gentle music create a deeply relaxing rhythm. While you might wish for more environmental interaction or a grander finale, the game's brevity and focus make it a meditative delight. Botany Manor reminds you to slow down, think deeply, and quite literally, stop to smell the roses. Please note that this bundle gives you a 40% off coupon, as opposed to the game itself. At number 11 we have Paper Trail, a charming puzzle adventure game where you guide Paige, a gifted young origami enthusiast, on a paper folding journey away from her small town life toward a future in astrophysics. Presented in a vibrant storybook style, this 2D world lets you fold and unfold the environments like a piece of paper to reveal hidden paths, solve puzzles, and move forward. You'll explore caves, swamps, treetops, and ancient ruins by peeling back parts of the world to uncover alternate routes on the reverse side of the page. The core mechanic, folding paper to align paths or activate switches, feels satisfyingly tactile, enhanced by soft crinkling sounds and crisp animation. Each level introduces new challenges, from rotating bridges to light beam puzzles, and keeps the gameplay fresh without ever feeling overwhelming. Progression is linear, with each screen presenting a standalone brain teaser. While the story lacks emotional weight and the ending does not quite stick to the landing, characters along the way, like tea-seeking children or lost travelers, add personality and warmth. Between levels, Paige narrates her backstory with beautiful interactive scenes, though they don't build to a deeply meaningful arc. The highlight here is the aesthetic, with its watercolor visuals, frame-by-frame animations, and an ethereal soundtrack by Claudia Makula. Paper Trail is a feast for the senses. The music can repeat a bit during tougher puzzles, but it's enchanting nonetheless. If you're looking for narrative depth or open exploration, this might feel thin, but if you're inventive, well-crafted puzzles are your thing, Paper Trail is a delightful ride, worth unfolding. Please note that this bundle gives you a 75% off coupon, as opposed to the game itself. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is an absolute must-cop for your Steam library. Packing critically acclaimed bangers like Viewfinder and Taiji, this tier list offers insane value that will completely overclock your brain cells. Whether you're speedrunning mind-bending physics or grinding through complex logic grids, this loot drop delivers hours of high IQ gameplay. Snag these keys to unlock ultimate bragging rights, level up your puzzle game mechanics, and support a great charity cause before it's game over. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.